Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue part 2 of how much copper is in an sae300. So I think we're going to start by getting the radiator out of it, which I believe is also copper. I haven't really fiddled with it too much to check, but we'll get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take the upper radiator hose off. Get you guys a little closer. There we go. I'm sure this hose is going to put up a fight because I'm sure it's been on there for 40 years or better. I bought this machine off a guy I used to work with, and it's been sitting in a barn since the 80s, so that tells you how old it is, or how long it's been sitting. Alright, my pliers are not cooperating. There we go. I wasn't getting that rough with it, but done tore the nipple off of it there. Okay, so that part's off. I'm going to take the screen off the front. Hopefully it will. May have to cut them, I don't know. I got her moving. Sorry about the train in the background there, guys. They don't come through very often, but I guarantee you they'll come through whenever I'm trying to make a video. That's just how my life goes. Looks like there's 4 screws. Hopefully we can get them all. Not looking real promising on that one. Oh, it winked. That's the thing about messing with old stuff. You just don't know how it's going to come apart. It's just not real easy. she goes. There she's gonna maybe cooperate. Screwdriver. Maybe she will now. Alright, there's that. Now back to the stubborn one. Real stubborn one. I don't want to mess up the thing, the grill shell, because I kind of like the way it looks. I might use it as a wall hanger or something. I kind of like old rusty things like that. Let me pause it and I'm going to get a pair of vice grips and we'll see if we can't break her loose there. Alright guys, we're back and I got my vice grips and got her bit on here and it's moving. See the rust falling out of it. Probably can't on camera, but sit there, I can see it. See if she'll go with the channel locks here. Oh yeah. It'll come right off. Well, not right off, but. Everything kind of awkward there. Alright. Alright guys, got the grill off. Like I said, I kind of like the way this looks. It'll look good as a wall hanger or something, so I'm going to set it off to the side and probably keep that. So there's like steel on the outside and there's some screws to take it loose. Gotta figure out how it's mounted in the actual machine now. There's another hose over there. Another hose right here goes to the water pump. It's kind of neat how these work. Let me move the camera so you can see it. Water pump's right here and it's driven off of everything that goes to the magneto. So kind of neat. Alright, this hose looks like it's going to behave a little bit better than the other one. Might actually have a little coolant in it. I bet there ain't much though. Well, maybe more than we think. Let me get a bucket. It had a little bit of coolant in it, probably like, I don't know, a pint maybe. But next thing is going to be to actually get the radiator off of here. Looks like there's two bolts down there. It takes a 7/8 socket. So you get switched around here. Alright, I got my socket and there's just a couple bolts under here. We'll see if we can get it off. Alright. It's pretty rusty, pretty stiff, so I'm gonna get my breaker bar and we'll try it that way. Alright guys, we got her broke loose here. And I'm just loosening this up the rest of the way. It's about off. There's just two. I think there's just two. Yeah, there's two bolts going down through the main frame. Didn't work too bad to get to. If I had the machine set up level instead of just down here on the tongue, it'd been even easier, but I didn't do it. I might later whenever we go pull the generator off, that might make things a little easier. Alright, there's that. There's the hardware. Now this should just lift up off here. Let me move you guys back a little bit. Okay, it appears there's a little bit more antifreeze in there. Try to get my bucket out here. We'll dump it in here. All right. See if we can't get this rest of this shroud off of here. And Radiator is a Darex Corporation out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay. So let's see if we can't get these screws out. Maybe they'll come easy, maybe they won't. Give her a shot. Alright, so that was breaking free pretty decent. That one did too. Put up a little fight. Let me get over there closer to it. These two here may not come out near as easy. They're a different kind of screw. Yeah, that was start doing all right. Say she had something go through the radiator right there. That's probably why I didn't have much antifreeze in it. All right, let's try this guy. He broke free too. Just kind of spinning though. I don't think he's a metal screw. Like somebody stuck an old screw in there. This piece will just go in the tin pile. Get it out of the way. Looks like it's got steel here and here on the bottom. Flip it over. Pretty cool radiator cap, but something smashed the top of it. So, all right. These are just spot welded on here, this steel frame, so I'm gonna knock it off real quick. All right, guys, we got the radiator all off. We'll take it apart after a while. That is a copper radiator, so that's a good score there. We're gonna work on getting this off of here. So I figured it out. Looks like just a few bolts. So I'm gonna figure out what tools I need and we'll get to it. All right, guys, change of plans. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this back part off, and just gotta cut this bolt, one on the other side, and then we'll see what we gotta do to get it off of here. It looks like somebody's welded it here, but it looks broken. So with any luck, fingers crossed it'll come off. But I just can't get to the bolts here. They're square headed and rustier than junk, and I don't have a torch here, so we just gotta improvise. So we're gonna try to cut this back off and then cut the bolts up here and take this thing off and turn it upside down and then cut those bolts off. I think I'm going to change to the Linux 6-inch and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, it's the first time cutting steel with this blade, so we've cut copper with it. We'll see how it does on this. Okay, I will say it does pretty decent. I was getting into the base metal here instead of the bolt more than the bolt because I couldn't get exactly straight, but it did all right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the bolt on the other side, and I'll do that off camera. All right, guys, I got the bolt out over here. Now I've got this one on this side and this one on that side. They're just like, it's like a hinge really, so you could really flip this up if you wanted to. I'd say that's what they do sometimes to work on the generator, but we're just gonna take it all out of the way. The thing about these old machines, they were built to work outside and everybody just used them, so not exactly the easiest thing to take apart. Everything's seized up, rusty, square head stuff. In theory, you know, that's good stuff because it starts harder to round, but modern day tools are made for hex 12 point. Alright, this side's loose. I'm gonna run around and do the other side right quick. Hopefully it'll come apart fairly easy. Oh, this side's way easier. She's loose. Bolt done fell out of that side and that side, so this is ready to pick up off of here. Alright guys, I knew that piece was going to be heavy and awkward, so I hooked it to the cherry picker I borrowed from my best buddy. So there it is. Get her out of there now. Well, looks like we got another wire to take care of. More like a hose, I guess. It's like a vacuum line of some sort. Which is also copper. Stuck on there pretty good. There she goes. Down on the ground. So let's see what it's going to take to get this back part off. Alright guys, this thing was put together kind of weird. Like, had a bunch of extra stuff that was welded that wasn't factory. But I think we can just break it off now. Shouldn't be too difficult. cut it a little. She's on. Alright guys, we're getting closer. Pretty much all we got left is the motor and generator. I think what we'll do next is we'll probably get that generator out of there. I'm hoping not to have to take the motor out. I'm hoping to just leave it there because I don't want nothing, you know, I don't have any use for it. But yeah, I think that's going to be the end of today's video, guys. If you like today's video, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps get our algorithm and gets the video pushed out there. And best part, it's free. Everybody likes free stuff. And hopefully today I earned your subscription. If I have, please subscribe, tell your friends and everybody else. So as always, we'll catch you on the next one.